Okay, I'm alive. Maybe, kind of. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not Wednesday, but recently I've been having no time off work, so I figured I'd just do a stream today instead. I am working literally every other day this week, and I'm going out later, so it has to be an earlier stream. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of vibe for a little bit, play some Path of Exile. So they just brought out a new league, the Arch Nemesis League, which I've played a little bit of now just to try and figure out the what's going on with it. But I'm gonna try something a bit new. I have never played this before.
Enough to face the land of the damned, Marauder? We offered you truth, yet still you clasped your superstitious lies. We offered you service, yet you wasted your strength in defiance. Rakelast offers you something else. An education in true savagery.
So everyone who doesn't know what Path of Exile is, it's a free-to-play game which you can get on Steam, where you play as a character who has broken some laws in the Empire, which is one of the main kind of factions, I guess. And you've been tossed off of a ship to land on the shores of Rakelast. And that is kind of the land of savagery. It's almost like where they exile people to. It's where they send people who've committed crimes. So you pick one of the starting people here. So normally I play Templar, Scion, or Ranger, but I already have one of each of those at the moment. And I want to try something new, so I'm going to be the Marauder. There's so much lore in this game. It's also really interesting. Yeah, statue made of hands. Thanks, Twitch, very cool. No. I don't know why that's happening. But yeah, so basically, Marauder, fun game. I'm gonna try this out. And we're gonna come up with a name. I have a skin I want to use as well. So we're gonna go with that, and we're gonna create this. So it's an online game. You can play with friends as well. They can join you and help you out as you go along. I'm gonna skip all tutorials because I've played too much of this game. First thing I'm gonna do is go into my cosmetics because I'm me and I've of course spent money on games which I did not need to spend. And have anyway. Sanctum. Right now I'm just gonna put all of my things on. That one. And we'll take this border. My little dove fly around too. That's all the shit I need on that. Put this on. I'll put it on yet until I get the weapon. Okay, cool. So yeah, the game works on a kind of basis of like you go and collect various things. You get different weapons, different armors. I'm actually gonna shove some wings on, see what that looks like. They each have slots in them which you can then put skills in, so we'll see that in a minute.
You and I, we're the only ones that made it to shore. Alive, anyway. Looks like you found something you can defend yourself with. Good. This place is crawling with criminals. There's smoke rising just east of here. Could be worth checking if it's...
And yes, of course there's zombies. No, it's like a cursed land, I think, is the idea.
The dead should remember their place.
So yeah, you get these skill gems. These skill gems allow you to do different things. This is a heavy strike skill gem. There's links in slots, there's breaks in slots that do different things and can affect different skills. Generally speaking, the heavy melee hitters have red skill gems. That's kind of for your melee strike skills that require strength. There are different, if I got my stats, there's different stats: strength, dexterity, intelligence. Each one affects different things. So yeah, dexterity increases your accuracy and evasion, intelligence, your mana and energy shield, and your strength, your life and physical melee damage. So the thing with this build, which I haven't played before, so again, this is going to be quite interesting. And something I'm not used to is I'm used to playing builds that rely on not getting hit, that go for evasion or energy shield and keep a distance. Obviously, this build is going to be the opposite of that because I'm going to get hit a lot. I'm playing a melee fighter. You have different things that affect different things. Your skills will require mana. Your mana does regenerate slowly over time, and there's ways to increase that. Your health does not. You have to use your health flasks, which refill as you kill enemies. Pretty much the basics of it. I hate these fucking things. They annoy the hell out of me. It is obviously a point-and-click game with your QW, RT being skills. Also control QWERT when you get too many skills for one slot. God, this is a build I'm really not used to already. Hey, first bit of armor. Shove those on. Like I said, I do have cosmetics, so my armor is going to look a bit different from how they would if you were to play the game for the first time. You don't need cosmetics. They literally don't do anything other than make you look really cool and support the game. And I do really like this game, so I am happy to support it by getting some stuff off of them every now and then. So I do think they put quite a lot of effort into it. Do I want the wings? I feel like I don't want the wings. I'm gonna take them off. Okay, so this is a support gem. So support gems don't do anything specifically, but if you put them in a linked slot with another gem that it does work on, which you can actually see which gems they work on up on the top left there. So this supports heavy strikes. It is a supportable skill. And this just means that it deals 70% more damage, so ruthless blows have a chance of triggering for that skill gem when I use that skill. It's a pretty handy thing. I'm really gonna need to get used to this whole like melee thing though. I might go Totem Warrior. I know there's some skills you can get for that. I guess I'll take a shield for now. I do, but it's being used. Okay. That's fine. I want to go two-handed with this build. I want to go all-out damage, kind of kill before I'm killed type mentality. We'll see the skill tree in a minute as well, as soon as I level up, which I will do in this first area. You always do. Well, as long as you actually kill everything and don't avoid every fucking fight, which you should never do in this game, because, you know, EXP's kind of in the game. So armor reduces the amount of damage each hit does to you, but it doesn't stop you taking damage. Energy shield, which is more for mages, that kind of gives you like an extra bar, which regenerates quite quickly over time when not in combat. That damage is taken before it hits your health. And then evasion just means that monsters have a really hard time hitting you. The higher your evasion, obviously, the less likely a monster can actually fuck you up and actually land a hit, which is pretty handy. Some barrels explode, and I hate that. It's kind of rude. Okay, so I've leveled up. So level ups don't pause time. Nothing pauses time in this game. So I'm gonna just run over here away from monsters. This is a skill tree, and yes, it's fucking huge. So there's a lot of different ways to build in this game. I will say that each one of these is a different starting point for different classes. So that, you know, it's not entirely crazy. So this over here, I believe... Oh wait, no, they've changed it again since I last played. Oh, that is fun. Yeah, so, yeah, this is your ranger starting place. I think your Templar is somewhere up here. Scion and things are down here somewhere. But yeah, so it changes different things based on where you start. So I'm starting as a Marauder, so I start on the Marauder skill tree. And I think I'm going to want to go for life. Because I'm going for a heavy two-handed hitter. Let's have a look where I can go with this. Yeah, I probably want to head down for life and regeneration, then up towards damage. Go for warrior training. Yeah, we're gonna be really tanky, I think, in this one. Go for a big two-handed weapon that deals damage, and then just take all of the armor and the health. Obviously, when you level up, you get all of your health and mana back, which is good. It can really save you in some fights. As you can see, some skills also happen to hit multiple things. That happened a few times there. Any more armor pieces for me? Wish these barrels would stop exploding on me. It's fine though. Okay, so this is the boss of this area. Brutus, I think his name is. That's a hillock, isn't it? He's a big brute that he calls him. Yeah. I'm just gonna try and tank the damage on this guy. Oh, heavy strike can also stun them, which is pretty cool. Okay, this is gonna hurt like a bitch. Yeah, well. Okay, it's not too bad actually. The armor is doing something for me here. Again, though, I'm used to not getting hit, so managing my health bars and stamina bars is going to be a bit new to me. Sorry, health and mana. That 200, oh, I'll take it. So, some items are unique, so, well, not unique, these are just uncommon items. They have to be identified before you can use them. Like I said, I want to go two-handed here. So, I'm going to transfer these gems to a supported skill socket, like this. And I'm going to take a two-handed sword. Still can't do that, just axes and heavy, which is what I want to get. I want to get, preferably a club, like a big two-handed mace, or a hammer, or an axe. I think. But for now, we'll stick with a sword. That's not too bad. And this is our first village. So each village has, like, merchants and things in it. And different, like... Oh, how can I explain it? Different, like, missions and, like, quest givers and that kind of thing. This game takes part in acts. That's something else as well. I bring up this. So this is Act 1, Part 1. There's a lot of parts. And there's a lot of acts. You play through the map several times during the game. As one league ends, that character gets moved. So as you can see, I've already played a little bit. This is your stash. Oh, yes, please. Actually, that. As you can see, my stash already has some stuff in it because I have been playing the game already. And I've already put some things in there. I pretty much just save for uniques. So that's level 3, so I need to level up a bit first to use that one. I'm going to identify that and use that. It's level 4, but I still want to use that eventually, so I'm going to keep those in my inventory. Otherwise, I might as well take a physical damage ring as well. And we'll take a physical damage belt also. Yeah. So this is an interesting thing. So this is an example of a unique. And uniques, they each have something bad as well as something good about them, generally speaking. They also have a little bit of lore in them. So this one increases my global physical damage, which is great. 19 to armor, great. 50 to maximum life, amazing. But you cannot evade enemy attacks. And it's saying that centuries of servitude, a day of glory, an eternity of death. So this is kind of like a big, very, very useful armor piece if you are not going for the evasion, which I'm not.
Talamoana, Marauder of Namakanui.
Eat these.
No need to be surprised, Karui. My father and I were among those who tried to save your people from ignorance and damnation. My father paid for his arrogance with his life. I'm still paying for mine. I'm Nessa, and I suppose I should thank you for ridding us of Hillock, that putrid giant you felled out there. Be careful in the days to come. Karui savagery is nothing when compared with the ferocity that is Rayclast. Lion Eye's watch isn't much, but it's ours. We could use you here, while you live. But should you wish to venture out, do just one thing for me. Out on the coast, amongst the wrecks, there must be a ship's medicine chest. I have many to care for, and there's only so much I can do with herbs and seawater. Yes?
Nessa's a very great person. Yeah. So this is the example. I can sell a bunch of shit for wisdom scrolls, which are your general purchasing, but also allows you to identify items. And I can also get various
While we live, we
segments of other gems and things that do things like Orbs of Alteration, which imbues a magic item with new random modifiers, and Orbs of Transmutation, which upgrades a normal item to a magic item, etc. There's a bunch of different orb types that can be seen here. I've already got a few other things as well, which I'll probably be using later down the line. You got any flasks at the moment?
A mighty marauder, marooned on a moribund mainland. That's the first line of the poem I'm writing about you, Exile. Easy, lad. You could gut a bloke with a look like that. The name's Bestel, captain of the good ship Merry Gull. Alas, my Merry Gull is gone. My crew is gone. But my wits remain, after a fashion.
I love Bestel, he's great.
There's an island, a hop, skip and a wade offshore of the terraces. That's where my Merry Gull ran aground. Watched the locals spit roast the ship's doctor, but his medicine chest might still be there, amongst the splinters and bones. It'd have everything Nessa might need. Dr. Shaky Hands Opton was lousy with a scalpel and even worse with a saw, but he knew his apothecary. Explains the shaky hands, if you ask me.
So yeah, here we see like kind of how intertwined different characters are in different sections.
Fine work with Hillock. Where'd you learn to fight like that? No, forget I asked. We exiles have no history. Dominus took it from us when he had his blackguards dump us in the water out there. Here, got something for you. Should help you kill a few more of those undead bastards. No, don't bother thanking me. The way I figure it, the longer we fighters live, the longer everyone lives.
Tarkleigh has a very level head. He's kind of the head of this settlement. Each settlement kind of has like one person. It's kind of... yeah, I want to get this one. Molten Slam. It's one of my favorite ones. Because I do really want a double hand club, but I'll probably find one out there, so I don't want to waste a wisdom scroll.
Farewell.
So we're going to the next area. So the coast, first area, really. Proper area, that is.
Surrounded by living corpses and dying Warriathans.
So the interesting thing about this game is it does not give you a backstory or lore when you first start. You have to figure everything out by pieces you pick up in the game. And it's all very well and good, but it's also all very confusing. When you played it for as long as I have, you kind of get used to it, I guess. So this is part of the new event, actually. This haste thing I just picked up. So when you attack unique enemies, you can now pick up their trait, and that trait will then allow you to fight powerful nemesis enemies later on in certain shrines for really cool, unique rewards. Well worth it, in my opinion. I am a bit of a completionist, so I probably will go around. Yes, was that a club that I need, or was that it? Oh, I don't need a club anymore. Clubs are short, yeah. I'll find one eventually. I will say this guy does a lot of fucking damage, but I have to get close to do it, which is the problem. For ranged enemies, that's a pain in the ass. Just come here. Oh, that boy is throwing fire at me. Stop that. Come here. Oh my god, just fucking die already. I swear to God. I swear to Christ. I swear to... Jesus. I'm gonna go up. Oh, fucking sand spitters are the gravel eaters here, are they? Same difference. There's different variations of each of the enemies in zones, and you just kind of get used to them. I will get a ranged thing eventually. Once I can use my ground slam, it'll be good. But I need a more hammer. Like, I need a blunt instrument to do that.
Dominus wanted me to die here. I will disappoint him.
Like I said, I'm going pretty tanky build on this one, so I'm sticking with my my life for now. Stuff. Oh, so here we find one of the first kind of lore points, I guess, is what I would call them. That explains a little bit about what's actually going on.
Khan's canoe struck this sand with the force of destiny. At his beck, the greatest war host in Karui history tamed the wild sea, their canoes coupling with the land one by one. Lion-eyed genlings met us with shining metal and bold words. Hyri's arrows withered their pride, Khan's axis silenced their despair. Marseus Lioneye fought bravely to the last. Calm honored him with a place on his belt. Calm has shown Rayclast our Karui strength. Calm will teach Rayclast the Karui way.
Again, it's pretty cool.
Show me the way, Calm.
So this guy is actually of the Karui. The Marauder has background that he's ex-Karui, where he was Karui. I'm just gonna head back because this is one of the things about the beginning of the game is you want to build up wisdom scrolls. I don't have any wisdom scrolls at the moment, so I'm just gonna take all the junk back that I don't want to use, and I'm gonna sell it. Pretty much that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna sell everything, get some wisdom scrolls, get some uniques, probably buy a big blunt weapon like a maul or a double-handed axe as well I could use. I don't think any of those will have come up yet though at this level. Oh, I can use this amulet now as well. That'll be good. Sell some stuff. Yes, hello Tarkly. Have all of this junk that I don't need. Actually, I keep uniques generally speaking, and I put them in my stash, which is how I have stuff already. This is a unique weapon, so it goes in my weapon stash. Yeah. It's in there. 5's not bad for now. 5 is a good start, so I will buy a blunt weapon.
Still alive, are we?
Oh no, they do have an axe. Wonderful. Ooh, they have a nice axe. So I have a blacksmith's wavestone in my other... Doesn't have very good skill slots though. I'll get it for now. It's not bad. So then... What does that look like? No, it's weird.
Stay sharp out there.
So I can use this now because it's an axe. I have a big dual-handed, which means I will murder everything a lot easier, and now I can head back out to the coast. It is a bit grindy. Path of Exile's always been a bit grindy, but if you like games that you can grind, it's a good shout. And it is really fun to play. I'm just going to explore this area a little bit more, because I haven't done. So now I can do this with a pretty cool skill. Yeah, see, that skill is so cool. Reorganize my inventory a little bit. Got some uniques here. Okay, so the range on this isn't amazing. Good to know. So you have some little bonus objectives down here. Kind of random bits and bobs. This one is the league-based achievements. So in this case, Arch Nemesis. The last league was the Scourge League. I actually liked the Scourge League, but I thought it was pretty difficult in part. This is a relatively new league, started now like quite recently. Fuck off. You can fuck off too. Okay. I've got a lot more armor now, so I should be able to tank more hits. That and my upgrades I got from leveling up as well. Let's check my sounding. See, that is just, I love that skill so much. I'll pick these up because I can. I will murder everything just because level ups are important in this game. You never want to find yourself unprepared for the next area. Because it will not, like, be kind to you. So obviously now I'm a little bit actually strong for this area, but that's not a bad thing and I'm not going to complain about it. It is always possible to die if you are not careful. That is one thing I learned about this game pretty quick. Wow, my inventory's full again already. That happened a lot in this game. Inventory management and that kind of stuff is important. Ooh, a new flask. Yes, please. Fuck off. Okay, cool. So now we found the first waypoint that's in this area. Not every zone has a waypoint. Sometimes you'll have to go back and forth. Like, the next zone I know doesn't have a waypoint. But waypoints just allow you to travel between them. Mostly the most important part of it is traveling back to the main hub, which is of each zone.
Greetings.
Or travel between zones if you need to. Again, we're just gonna get as many scrolls of wisdom as possible.
Farewell.
Oh, fuck, I didn't sell that one. Oops. Just anything.
Take care.
There we go. It's actually created another scroll for us. Wonderful. Generally speaking, I try and have 2 mana flasks, 2 health flasks, and then this middle one, there's various other types of flask in the game, which can become very, very helpful. Quicksilver flasks, for example, increase your speed, and that can save your life in some instances, or just help you get around the map quicker, and that can take a lot of time if you're not careful. I do want to get a cleave weapon at some point that kind of does damages in arcs. This is an accurate one, that's not that dangerous. Good. Level ups come pretty quickly in this game, to be honest. Which is not a bad thing. Just gonna keep going with the tankiness in this so far. And this is the Nemesis, which is, like I said, the current league that I'm in. Just gonna make sure the area is clear. There's a lot of them here, alright. So, some of the essences that I've been picking up off of monsters are now here. So these make monsters stronger. That's what you do. They make them unique and they make them stronger. What do I want? And you get different things from different skills because they're more dangerous. So the first one, here we go. I'll put a Deadeye. It's going to make it more accurate. It's not particularly dangerous in my opinion, so I should be okay. It's not like extra damage or anything. So there we go, and I got an armor piece and a ring. That's actually pretty cool. We'll use this ring. This armor piece isn't particularly helpful for me. Again, I will keep it and I will put it in my item stash so I can use it on a character that it will be useful for in the future. But for now, I'm just going to keep a hold of it. And I do have multiple of these runes, so I'm going to do another Nemesis run here. But I need to kill this guy first. This is the boss of this area, Hellrake. Or Hellrake, I should say. He's more annoying than anything. Enemies that deal cold damage can literally freeze you. So you do have to be a little bit careful. Inventory space do I have? That much. I will actually just use a portal scroll just to show you guys. You can use these to hop back to the main hub of whatever axe you're in, sell a bunch of shit, and then go back to the spot that you were in. It can be quite helpful. People use them to quick jump as well.
Miracles. This medicine chest, it's greater than the serums and salves it holds. It tells us that we can do more in Ray class than merely suffer. I've not much to offer in return, but please, take something in thanks for what you've done.
Cool, so here's a Quicksilver flask, which, like I said, I will be taking. Okay, here again, a skill that I absolutely love, Ancestral Call Support, which I'm actually going to swap for my Ruthless Support. Which I'll still keep in my armor because I might be able to use it later. So Ancestral Call Support means that when I use that skill, a spectral version of like an ancestor will appear next to me and also use that skill. So it essentially gives me
While we
multiple
live,
attacks
we are
for
blessed.
1. Always worth it. Oh, actually, Molten Shell. Yes, this is my other skill that I was actually looking at. Applies a buff that adds to your armor and can take some of the damage from hits for you before being depleted. When the buff expires or is depleted, the skill deals reflected damage to enemies around you based on the total damage that was taken from the buff. So it's a guard skill. That will save my life later. I can tell you on multiple accounts, I know it will save my life. So I'm very glad that we got that.
So, you managed to salvage Shaky Hand's druggery. Nicely done. Nessa will put it to good use. More than that benumbed quack Optin ever did.
Got a job for you, if you're willing. There's a pool near the mudflats needs investigating. You'll smell it before you see it. Stinks like a carcass in high summer, but that's not the worst of it. Dead birds walking. Animals don't rise up again the same as people do here. So if they aren't raising themselves, what's doing it for them? The answer's in that fetid pool. Clear the place out and kill whatever's raising those rowers. We've got enough living dead to contend with already.
Alright, Tartly, I'll do that.
Stay sharp out there.
It's kind of a good idea to do as many of the missions that you can around here. Right, so we'll hop back, we'll do the other Nemesis, and we'll pick up some more of the items, which of course we will sell later. Again, I keep going on about inventory management, but seriously, it is very important in this game. So the way that this works as well, and the way that this can host so many players free to play, is each zone will stay active for, I believe, 8 minutes of someone not being there, before it will then reset and reform into a new zone. So each one is randomly generated. So in that way, it doesn't leave zones open all the time. Yeah, you know, get some treasure. So this time, because I've already done one, so I've already made a Deadeye monster and killed it. Now that I've added Hasted, this monster is going to be Deadeye and Hasted. So it gets harder the more of these you do in one zone. I believe the number also goes up on how many traits that each monster can have and how many times you can complete a Nemesis fight. Oh, fuck no, that was just regaining health every time it hit me. So now, though, I get rewards from both. Yeah, you know what, I'm just going to go all in as well. We're going to get more physical damage. The rest of these, not particularly important to me, but again, could be important to another one of my characters later down the line, so I'm still going to keep a hold of it. We're just going to explore the rest of this, not fully, we're not going to be anal about it like I normally am, because that would be boring, but I will run around killing everything that I can find, and leveling up. And of course, getting more loot for me to sell down the as well. Ooh, superior iron greaves. Yes, please. Actually, yeah, in that case, we're going to put ruthless support in that one. And we're going to bring ground slam in this one, because I believe ruthless support works on ground slam. Yeah. So now that is a linked slot. Oh, and give me 1 second. I just got a phone call from my manager, so I need to pick up.
Has removed the eternal stain from this coast. The Empire's citizens decorate our meeting houses with their heads. Our warriors build homes for our families. Our families till the earth, fish the waters, fill the air with song. The Karui way is yet a seedling here, but it grows, gains in pride and power every day. Kalm has kept his promise. The time of the Karui has come.
Dominus took my home, my family.
And with that said, I've got to end this stream very short because now I need to go into work. Because working 7 days this week is what I want to do with my life. No, they need the support, so I'm going to go in and help them out. I'm just going to finish this up, sort my inventory out, and then to go, I'm afraid. Very short stream today. I apologize for that. Split some stuff, put some stuff in. Thanks for joining if you have joined. I will see you guys soon.